Hi, and welcome to the Oklahoma Girls Kitchen. I am so glad that you joined me today because we have got a couple of great recipes for you. You know, here in Oklahoma, we can already feel the change in the air. Like fall is just kind of peeking right around the corner. In fact, I noticed yesterday that one of my oak trees is kind of turning just a little bit orange. So we may have an early fall. But what I think about when I'm thinking about these two recipes are football games and tailgating and get-togethers at the house to watch football games. In fact, we had our first one yesterday and we won. So today is taco soup and sopaipilla cheesecake. Two easy recipes, hearty recipes, and they spell fall for sure. We're gonna go ahead and get started on the taco soup. Let's go. Okay, so we've got our 1 pound of ground hamburger meat that we have just browned beautifully, and we've drained all the grease off of it, and that is going to go in first. And now we're going to move on to our canned ingredients, and I'm going to tell you that on all of these cans of ingredients we don't drain anything, so that makes it so simple and so quick. Our first can is going to be just red kidney beans, plain old red kidney beans. We're going to put those in. Then we're going to go with our pinto beans, and it doesn't matter what brand you choose, that's totally up to you, but we're going to use 1 can of these undrained. I mean, listen, this is just almost silly simple. So let's go with our next one, which is going to be some diced tomatoes, and we're not going to drain these. Get those in pretty quick. I mean, look how pretty the colors are. We haven't even got it cooking and it looks so good. 1 can of Rotel. I use the mild Rotel just because I don't like it really spicy. But if you wanted to use the hot Rotel, I say go for it. And then we've got 1 can of just whole kernel corn that we're gonna put in. And then here comes the magic. We have got 1 can of Hidden Valley ranch dressing, which is just the simple ranch dressing. We're going to put that in. And now I have my 1 package of taco seasoning, which I just got the original, which is mild. But there again, if you wanted to really spice this up, you could go for something that's just a little warmer. And we're going to stir all this together. Now, this is such a quick, easy soup. I can smell it already. It smells so good, and it doesn't even have any heat on it yet. All the beautiful colors in it. I mean, is that not just the prettiest soup you've ever seen in your entire life? And everyone's going to like this. Just think how easy this would be for tailgating to double this recipe. So simple and so good to it. So we're gonna go with a little bit of salt. This is about 1/2 teaspoon. We are going to go with 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and we have got 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then we have got just a little bit of pepper, probably about 1 teaspoon of pepper, and that's all I'm gonna add to it. I think this is going to be out of this world. Like I said, I could get me a bowl of it right now before it even heats up. Simmering, just kind of leave it down low for about 30 to 45 minutes. And we're going to start our sopaipilla cheesecake while that's doing its thing. Okay, so I've got some crescent rolls here, which I just got a couple of just plain crescent rolls. They're just the original. And we're just gonna pat this out on the bottom so we can put it in the bottom of our pan. I put just a little bit of flour down, and we're gonna lay this down on the flour, and we're just gonna gently roll it out, because basically what we're wanting to do, and I'm gonna grab my rolling pin, is just to get this rolled out enough to kind of bring the seams together where it stays together. And we're gonna place this in the bottom of a 9 by 13 baking dish. And it's not going to fit just perfect, and that is just fine. It doesn't have to. We just want to basically get it in the bottom as best we can to put our filling on top of it. Okay, so we've got it nicely rolled out as best we can. And you kind of have to work with this a little bit just to get it down into the pan because you know it is a dough. So we're just gonna kind of pinch it together, bring it up to the sides, and it's not gonna be completely even and perfect, but that is just fine. So now I've got this all in my pan and it's looking really good. And we're gonna go ahead and start with our filling. I'm gonna pop this in the microwave just real quick to melt this butter down, and then we're gonna get the cream cheese going. Okay, so we've got our cream cheese in the bowl, and this is 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. If you wanted to use the low-fat cream cheese, you could use that just as well, and it's gonna work out perfect. And to that, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we are going to put, okay, so we just added in 1 stick of melted butter. Then we are going to put in our sugar, which is going to be 1 1/2 cup of sugar. And I just kind of eyeball this. And then we are going to give this a good blend. Okay, so we're here at the last of it. We're gonna go ahead and put 1 teaspoon of cinnamon in it, and then I'm just gonna stir this around, and then we're gonna be ready just to put it on top of our crescent dough. That's in the bottom of the pan. Doesn't that look good? And if you guys could smell this cinnamon, oh my goodness. This is just fall in a bowl. Okay, so we've got this incorporated really good. And this is gonna go on top of our dough. And we're just gonna smooth it out as best we can. And like I said, if there's a little bit of dough peeking through or things are not just perfect, it doesn't have to be just perfect. So we're gonna spread this out, just kind of corner to corner. And we're just gonna make it as smooth as we can because we've got the other crescent rolls that are gonna go on the top. So we have got our crescent rolls rolled out and on top, and to our sugar that we have got here, which we're just gonna dollop on the very top, we're gonna add 3/4 cup of sugar, and we're gonna add 1/2 stick of butter, and then we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And we are going to mix all this together, and this is what we're going to put on the very top of it. And we'll just kind of dollop it in rows across it, and it will all melt together and come together and be just a pan of pure goodness. So this is, okay, so we're ready to start dolloping this on. And this is going to melt on the top of it. And it is going to be absolutely wonderful. And you can just kind of dollop it wherever you want it. Like I said, it is going to melt and it will all come together beautifully. This is not one of those desserts that is just perfect and beautiful. It is just a cheesecake dessert that it is going to be beautiful when you take a bite of it and you see how good it is. So let's just finish putting this on. I've got just a little bit more left that I think I'll just kind of add here and there. And we are going to pop this in the oven. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of spread this over to each other just a little bit so it can just do its thing in the oven. And like I said, this is gonna melt and this is gonna come together on top. You'll see what I mean. But this is absolutely wonderful, and you can smell all the cinnamon and vanilla. And we're gonna pop it in the oven. Go. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pop this in the oven. We've got it nice and spread out, and it's gonna be ready in about 30-40 minutes. Okay, so we've got our oven at 350, which we had preheated earlier. This will be ready in about 30 to 40 minutes. And we're just gonna watch for it to get a beautiful golden brown on top. So we're gonna check it in just a few minutes. Okay, so we're back to tasting the soup. And here it is. Look at this beautiful taco soup. So here we go. Look at this. Tell me that this isn't the most beautiful soup one could ever want. I'm gonna add to mine, and this is your choice on what you might want on top. You could have some green onions. I am gonna have just a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of cheese, okay, a lot of cheese, because I do love cheese, and cheese loves me. And then I am going to add some Fritos. How good does this look, and how good does this ever get? All right, so let's give it a try. I know it's gonna be hot, but I'm going for it anyway. You can taste everything. The beans, the taco, the tomato, even the ranch dressing. And you've got that little crunch of corn chips, which just makes it really yummy. Okay, so we just took our cheesecake out of the oven, and this is the golden drizzle of honey that is gonna go on it. And let me tell you, there's no wrong way to do this. The more, the better. Okay, so our cheesecake is done. And I'm telling you guys, this whole house smells absolutely heavenly. Okay, we're gonna taste of this. We've got a little bit of honey on our ice cream, and we have got this wonderful cheesecake. This puts a whole new spin on cheesecake. Oh my goodness. This right here is a little piece of heaven. You have got to get in the kitchen and try this. It is going to be a keeper in your recipes for sure. And I want you back with me next week. So please come back, follow me, subscribe to me, and we're going to have some good recipes in the weeks and stuff to come around the holidays. Just great recipes that is going to be a treasure to your collection that you already have, I'm sure. So until then, best wishes from this Oklahoma Girl's Kitchen. Subscribe, like, and share, and comment down below. Follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description. So until next time, see y'all.